What's going on, Bills fans? Before we dive into today's explosive update, let's set the tone the right way. Inside One Bills Drive, the message couldn't be clearer. This team is constantly pushing to improve, to sharpen every edge, and to finally bring a championship to Buffalo. Every move, every adjustment, every decision is about getting better. And if you're riding with this team through it all, go ahead and smash that like button right now, because what we're about to talk about might change how you see this offense heading into 2026. By the way, Bills fans, if you want official Buffalo Bills gear, jerseys, hats, or the new Sideline pieces, I left the link to the official store below. It helps the channel and keeps you geared up for the season. Let's start with the headline. Josh Allen is officially the most efficient rusher in NFL history. Let that sink in for a second. Not a running back, not a Hall of Fame ground and pound legend, not a speedster like Michael Vick, not even a bruiser like Larry Zonka. No, it's the Bills' quarterback. According to data highlighted by Kay Adams, Allen leads all players in NFL history in rushing success rate, meaning no one converts key runs into first downs or touchdowns more efficiently. That's not just impressive. That's historic. That's generational. That's something Bills Mafia is witnessing in real time. Here's where things get interesting. This stat isn't just another accolade. It's challenging how people evaluate quarterbacks entirely. Because for years, critics have said, he runs too much. He takes too many hits. That style won't last. But now, the numbers are flipping that narrative upside down. You can't just say Allen runs too much when he's the most effective runner the league has ever seen. That creates a dilemma, not just for critics, but for the Bills themselves. Because now the question isn't if.
Maybe, just maybe, Buffalo can take a little pressure off Allen during the regular season. Not eliminate his running, not change who he is, but manage it, preserve it, save it for when it matters most. Think about this scenario for a second. What if the Bills intentionally dial things back during the regular season? What if they lean more on Cook, spread the ball with Moore and Shakir, keep Allen from taking unnecessary hits? And then, when January hits, they unleash him. Fully. No restrictions. No holding back. Because if the most efficient runner in NFL history enters the playoffs fresh, healthy, explosive, that's not just dangerous. That's terrifying for the rest of the league. Now, let's shift gears, because while Allen is rewriting history, the front office is facing one of the most important decisions of the year. According to ESPN analysis, the Bills might not even make a pick in the first round. Instead, they could trade down from number 26 overall. And yeah, that's already dividing the fan base. At first glance, it sounds risky. Why move back when you need impact players? But when you look closer, it starts to click. The Bills have multiple needs: offensive line depth, guard and tackle, wide receiver depth, linebacker help, cornerback depth, especially CB3. None of these are massive holes individually, but together, they could absolutely derail a season. So instead of taking one player at number 26, the idea is turn that pick into 2 or 3 players. Build depth across the roster. Survive the long grind of the season. Because let's be honest, championships aren't just about stars. They're about who's still standing in January. After recent cap-related decisions, the Bills roster...
The roster is being reshaped. And every single move comes back to one goal: maximize this championship window with Josh Allen. Because players like him don't come around often. And when you have one, you don't just try to win. You go all in. Bills Mafia, we're watching something special unfold. A quarterback redefining what's possible. A team trying to find the perfect balance. A front office making calculated, high-stakes decisions. And it all leads to one question. Is 2026 the year it finally all comes together? Because if Buffalo gets this right, if they balance Allen's workload, hit on the draft, and build the right depth, this team doesn't just compete. It finishes the job. Bills Mafia. ESPN analyst Ben Solak just dropped one of the most talked about draft takes of the offseason.
He says he's literally screaming for the Bills to trade down from the 26th overall pick in the NFL draft. Not stay put, not take a flashy first-round wide receiver, not grab a defensive playmaker early. No, Solak wants Buffalo to move back, collect more picks, and build depth across the roster. And honestly, when you look at the details, his logic is hard to ignore. Let's lay out the situation. For the first time in years, the Bills are entering a season with a new head coach, a reshaped offense, key roster turnover, a lot of questions, and even more expectations. But this isn't your typical new head coach rebuild situation. Because that new head coach is Joe Brady, someone who already understands this roster, this quarterback, this city. Add to that a massive offseason move, trading for star receiver DJ Moore, and suddenly Buffalo looks like a team still going all in on winning right now.
Solak believes flipping number 26 into 2 picks or even 3 picks would give Buffalo the flexibility it needs to build a deeper, more resilient roster. 3. The Bills still have major depth concerns at key positions. He highlights several. Offensive line. Buffalo needs more depth at guard and tackle, not as luxury depth, but as true contributors. Wide receiver. Yes, Moore and Shakir look great together. Yes, Josh Palmer brings experience, but Solak says the Bills still need a receiver who can push Palmer for the WR3 job. Linebacker. This one is critical. Dorian Williams shows promise, but the Bills need a legit starter next to him, not a Band-Aid, a reliable long-term option. With Maxwell Hairston and Christian Benford locked in as starters, the Bills still need someone who can cover inside out and fit Brady's aggressive defensive philosophy. Let's be real, the Bills aren't in rebuild mode. They're in retool mode. And that means keeping the offense elite, keeping the defense flexible, surrounding Josh Allen with the strong foundation needed to finally break through in the playoffs. Trading down gives the Bills more players, more flexibility, more insurance against injuries, more competition across the roster. And with a first-year head coach, that might be exactly what Buffalo needs. The Bills went 12-5, won the AFC East, and reached the divisional round. Again. But once again, they came up short. Once again, depth failed them. Once again, the margin was razor thin. And that's why ESPN sees the draft not as a chance to chase one big star, but as a chance to fortify the team from top to bottom. Let's talk about that coaching change. Sean McDermott went 98-50 in Buffalo. That's an incredible record. He stabilized the franchise, built one of the league's best defenses, and helped develop the culture that Bills Mafia is proud of today. But playoff heartbreak after heartbreak forced the organization to make a change. Now, with Brady taking over, there's no grace period. This isn't a rebuild. This isn't a let's wait and see. This is a win now, compete immediately, maximize Josh Allen era. And that's exactly why Solak is pushing the trade-down philosophy so aggressively. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Should the Bills reduce Josh Allen's rushing during the regular season? Would you trade down from the first round or stay at number 26? And do you think this is the year Buffalo finally reaches the Super Bowl?
Let's talk about it. And before you go, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next exclusive Bills update. Official Buffalo Bills gear, new drops, and exclusive items, all in the link below. Check it out, Bills Mafia. Go Bills!